Welcome, adventurers, to the first episode of Curse of Strahd, a Dungeons & Dragons horror campaign set in the demiplane of Barovia, which is ruled by the fearsome Strahd von Zarevich. An ancient and wicked vampire, Strahd is unforgiving and absolute in his tyranny. His eyes and ears are everywhere, and even the very mists that surround Barovia serve as a deadly and impassable barrier to all who live there. Those who have found themselves unfortunate enough to wander into those mists from other worlds, or worse, pulled in by other means, soon find the only way out is through the master of the realm himself, who is sooner to consume them than set them free. We join our current band of unfortunates shortly after their first encounter with the Devil Strahd, as he's known locally. Kelvin Burke, a stoic and gruff headsman, was drawn into the mists during a werewolf hunt. He stumbled across the unconscious body of a small drow woman after losing the trail of his quarry. Not far down the path from him was a young woman, a cleric of the Morning Lord named Melikiah, who was on a holy mission to resist Strahd, and thus patrolling the border of the mists for adventurers to recruit. And so she did, in a manner of speaking. After rousing the drow, who they found had only her name and a pounding headache in her head and nothing else, no past, no explanation as to how she got there, just her name and her gear. They left and headed for the village of Barovia. Almost immediately upon arriving in this nearby village of Barovia proper, Melikiah was slain when Strahd himself arrived in the village with intent to charm and kidnap the object of his obsession, Irina Kolyanovich. Despite the assistance of an errant Vistani warlock and Irina's half-brother Ismark, Strahd was successful in his endeavors, and rode away on the back of his nightmare with Irina, bent to his will, charmed, and with him. The party was left to tangle with a pack of werewolf guards, and all but Ismark escaped unbitten. Ismark fled ahead to Vallaki in search of someone to remove the curse before he turned and lost all control. He was captured by the hags of Old Bone Grinder, however, and there he stayed for a day or more while the party visited Madame Eva, a powerful Vistani fortune-teller, at the behest of Tulkas, the warlock who assisted them in their fight against Strahd and his werewolves. His patron had whispered secrets to him about Eva, and the party, grateful to Tulkas for his assistance in the battle against Strahd, agreed to go with him. On their way to the Serpool encampment, where Madame Eva was said to normally be, they crossed a gallows set at a crossroads, and as they turned to head toward the Vistani camp, one of our adventurers, Kelvin, if my memory serves, turned and saw his own corpse hanging from the gallows, apparently long dead. When the rest of the party turned to look, the corpse dissolved into smoke, as though it had never been there. In turn, the party began to inspect the gallows, and suddenly heard a thumping coming from one of the unmarked graves to their right. The thumping was none other than a tiefling monk by the name of Kaidos, who, last he remembered, fell asleep in his cloistered bed before waking up, buried in a coffin, much to his surprise, in a land he did not recognize. He fell in step with the adventuring party because, well, what else is a tiefling to do? We began our session recounting the Taraka card reading Madame Eva did for them, which gave directions to locate powerful artifacts to assist in defeating Strahd.
This first card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy.
And Madame Eva turned over the first card, and this card was the traitor.
Look to the Wizard of Wines. In wood and sand the treasure hides.
As she turned over the second card, she said,
This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope.
As she flipped it over, it beheld the image of a druid.
An evil tree grows atop the hill of graves. The ravens can help you find it. Look for the treasure there.
As she turned the third card over.
This is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. A dead village, drowned by a river, and ruled by one who brings great evil, I see.
As she turned over the third card, which was the Conjurer. As she moved to turn over the fourth card, she made a pointed look at the entire party.
This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. Ah, the Raven. Fitting. Find the leader of the Feathered Ones who lives in the vines. He has one last great battle in him. And finally, the fifth card. Your enemy is a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. You will find him in a great vault of temptation, hidden behind a woman of immense beauty, atop his tower of treasure.
After the reading, the party continued onward to Vallaki, Tulkas lost in thought until coming upon old Bone Grinder along the Svolok road to Vallaki. His curiosity piqued, Tulkas looked through the window to find hags making pastries. Using his disguised self ability, Tulkas was able to infiltrate the windmill, only to find their imprisoned and unconscious lycanthropic acquaintance, Ismark. With clever word work, he freed the man and absconded not only with him, but with the high hag's silvered athame as well. Content that Ismark would be safe with the party, Tulkas could no longer ignore the pull back to Madame Ava, and departed. The party arrived in Vallaki and settled quickly and quietly into the Blue Water Inn, where only two other people were staying, traveling companions named Rictavio and Dee. Rictavio was capable, luckily, of casting the necessary spell to remove Ismark's curse. And while the party was having their supper afterwards and Ismark was resting peacefully in his bed, a portal suddenly opened above them and a tiefling woman was dropped through it, wearing what appeared to be a cursed choker of some sort. The gem in the center glowed briefly, and after a very short introduction to her now fellow adventurers, the gem in her necklace began to glow again, and a portal started to open and pull her back out of Barovia. But before the portal could complete itself, a shadowy hand reached through the ceiling where it was forming and stopped it in its tracks. The choker then fell off of the young tiefling woman's neck and rattled to the floor, where it was forgotten and disappeared. And now, we join our party shortly before they set out on their mission to restore the flow of wine to all of Barovia. Sounds like a quaint task, but in such a prisoner spectre realm as this, the living have few joys and value them greatly. Let us see what our heroes can do. So we left off at the Blue Water Inn in Vallaki, and a young tiefling woman had just kind of fallen into your feast, and then her necklace flickered and another rift started to appear, and that rift was stopped by a shadowy hand, and then all the lights in the tavern returned to normal, and the shadowy hand and everything went away. Her necklace made a strange fizzling sound. Like that, sure. And that was where we left off.
Sounds right.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna ask if the hand actually stayed, we could still see it, or if it disappeared itself.
Oh no, it sank back into the wooden boards of the ceiling and disappeared.
Creepy.
So after that happens, she kind of grabs at the necklace that has the crack in it, and then kind of fiddles with it, and like slowly takes it off and looks at it, and looks at everybody in the table, like they totally know what's happening and going on. And she just like lets it drop to the floor and like puts her hands on the desk and like, who's up for round 2 of drinks? I'm getting them. And like flies off of her chair and runs to go get more beer for everybody.
You know, I've never been happier to have a meal ruined.
Well, ruining things seem to be my specialty, so you're welcome.
I'll take one. Don't forget me.
You want 1 or 2? I can do
Yes.
it all. I've got a pocket
Yes.
full of gold.
Then
All
we'll
right,
just be sitting there with a raised eyebrow, kind of Spock-like.
Everyone make a perception check real quick for me.
Can I roll on with my dice, Greg? Is that okay, or do I have to do it in
Yeah.
the?
Oh no, go for it.
I roll with my dice.
Yeah, use your real
Okay.
dice. Use a paper, because you're using a paper character sheet too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, do what you're comfortable with. It's cool.
Okay. I got a big old 8.
14.
13 for me.
12.
You all hear, except for Artesia, you all hear the faint metal tinkling of something scuttling on the floor. But by the time you all like duck under the table to look, you don't see anything.
Ugh. Bro, that's not me. Sorry.
It's okay. So Artesia, you run over to the innkeep, right? Just abandoned, reckless abandon with the necklace off. Run over to the innkeep, who is still looking incredibly warily at the ceiling. And as is the man who he had been in conversation with, who had introduced the others, though you don't know him as this yet, introduced himself to the others as... sorry, I'm blanking. Bear with me.
It's okay.
Does anybody remember?
No. I'm not taking notes this time.
This was... Dee was with him. The woman Dee was with him.
Oh,
And his...
hold on. That one I'm
Now's your
writing off.
chance. Rename him.
No.
No.
Greg, I'm losing you a little bit.
Still isn't me, huh?
Well, I thought I wrote
Doru?
that down.
No, Doru was the priest back in Barovia.
Right.
Um,
Okay. I was just looking for named NPCs.
Why am I blanking on his name?
Rictavio.
Thank you, that's the one. Gosh, my brain was just completely and totally not spitting that out. Yes, Manu had introduced himself as Rictavio. Both Rictavio and the innkeeper are kind of staring at the ceiling still, but then you come running up, and while Rictavio's eyes don't leave the ceiling, the innkeeper looks to you. Welcome to the Blue Water Inn. What can I do for you?
Oh, you've already done way too much for me already. But if you have a chance, I need another round, and I need 2 for my friend over there. And she points over to Kaidos.
With his hand up.
He just kind of furrows his brow and looks at you concernedly, and he's like, "You don't have any idea where you are, do you?" And
Nope.
he starts
And
to move toward the bar.
Oh.
But he's listening to you. Like, he's still
Okay.
looking at you as he says that.
Okay. She kind of like starts laughing and goes, "Nope," and it's great.
Like, well, put that one down in the record books, Rictavio. I don't think anybody has ever said that about Barovia. And he'll...
Can I roll?
Go ahead.
Let's see. Can I roll like a history check to see if that name like jogs my memory at all?
Sure.
Okay. 16.
Is history still a skill?
It's
It's intelligence now, right?
yeah, it's in intelligence.
Okay, my bad. So you said 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like a real like carnival-y kind of name.
Okay.
You think maybe you've seen it painted on the side of a wagon somewhere, but you're not sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, now that we're on the subject, where I mean, is this? I mean, I'm obviously not in Waterdeep anymore. Where exactly are we?
You, my friend, are in the town of Valaki, he says as he pours the wine, the cheap beer, because he's out of wine. Incredibly cheap beer. This is like makes Bud Light look stout.
Ew.
Yeah, like
Why do you think I asked for two?
clearly
Like
doing the
duels,
best that he
man.
can with next to nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, you see why we need wine. But Valaki is a town in the land of Barovia. And what you need to know about Barovia is that it is ruled over by the devil Strahd.
That doesn't sound like a good living situation you guys have. Why are you under a ruler by the name of the devil?
You see, because he is the devil of Barovia. He's the ultimate ruler and jailer of everyone here.
Oh. Well.
Hence why I found your excitement a little, how should you say this? Premature. And he just shoves the mugs toward you.
She tries to gather them up as best she can because, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And she
he'll-
just kind of shrugs her shoulders and is like, I mean, I've gotten myself out of worse situations. I mean, just based on what I'm hearing from you. So, we'll see.
Let's hope. And he'll help you carry the, whatever's left of the mugs, for everybody else. But
Okay.
you get the distinct sense from this Barovian man that there's maybe it's the culture, but they're considerably more brusque here. Of course, I suppose you're kind of used to that.
A little bit.
As you turn around with the drinks, the first thing you do notice, though, is where you tossed your collar on the ground, it's gone.
Huh. Weird.
Not on the
she doesn't-
table, and it'd be
do
pretty
something.
obvious. It's like almost the size of Kelvin's gorget. What's that, Eric?
In response to the skittering noise, Kelvin would have. It would have looked more like he was just sniffing the air with a big, deep kind of inhale. And I'd like to do divine sense
Sure, please do.
Nice.
in response to the skittering.
Okay.
And
And
that detects any undead or fiends.
undead or fiends for your paladin oath. Okay, let's see.
Yeah. A celestial fiend or undead in 60 feet.
Celestial fiend.
Not behind total cover.
Okay. Let me think for a moment. Okay. You get nothing with your divine sniff.
All right, going back to the meal.
Yep.
Oh, what was that? It's not undead. It's fine.
Yep.
Nom nom nom.
The rest of the table, you kind of see Kelvin lift his head and do a very deep shrug.
Yep. And that's really just how it goes too. Like he's not about to let that break the first sort of festivities he's had since he got here. This is probably the first good meal he's had.
Sure.
Oh, damn.
He only
Agreed.
had crappy rations back in where we entered. Where did we enter?
The village of Barovia, of the land of Barovia.
Yeah, the village of Barovia proper.
Yep.
I wanted to say Barovia, but I'm like, that's not right. We're in Barovia.
Right? I thought the same thing.
Nope, common new traveler mistake. But nope, that's us. We're not very creative people.
Well, that's a shame. And she passes the beers to everybody that she has in her hand. And she takes a slight bow and she goes, "Apologies, I haven't introduced myself. I am Artesia, and I am, I guess, here to stay for the time being." And kind of sits down and takes a big swig of her mug.
Oh, you're welcome if you have the spirit to fight.
Oh, I have plenty of that.
Fantastic.
Spirit or fighting?
Kelvin Burke.
Why not both?
And with that, he just takes a swig after the introduction and gets back to business.
And what business be this? Eating, or where are we going? What are we doing?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah, it is evening in Barovia. You notice as you look around you that this the interior of this Blue Water Inn contains this adventuring party that you're sitting with, and the two men that were talking, and Rictavio's companion Dee, who is a young woman with a halberd and a big pauldron on one shoulder, and she actually had excused herself shortly before you fell through the ceiling, so she's not aware of you yet. But otherwise, it's empty, and all of the windows have been shuttered. And as you're having that conversation about when he says, where Barovians are not creative people, he actually steps over to the northernmost shutter, opens it, and as it swings open, he goes, "You want to know why?" Or as he's opening the shutters, he says, "You want to know why I call this place the Blue Water?" And he opens the shutters and just points, and you can see the lake just right fucking there, like right off the porch, essentially. A little fishing pole kind of resting up against one side. And he's like, "Because the water's blue during the day, sometimes."
That's terribly sad.
He shrugs. "And you're the only inn in Valaki. It doesn't really matter." No problem.
So I'm to assume that, just given this wonderfully excitable man next to me that was telling me all about the wonders of Barovia, that you guys are stuck here. Am I right?
That's what we've been told. I'm not 100% sold on it myself. But hey, there's these are broken people, and there's things that need to be removed around here. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm still on the clock.
Interesting. Yeah, I heard something about some dark prince devil guy that rules the roost around here, but I guess we have to go talk to him if we want to do anything or see anything about getting out of here.
I don't know about you, but I don't have designs to do much talking.
I can talk.
Did you say devil? I'm not interested in dealing with a devil.
Oh, well, I guess you're in the wrong place.
When you're in Barovia, my friend, all of your dealings are with the devil Strahd. And just so we're clear, not like an abyssal or an infernal. We just call him the devil because he might as well be. He's a fucking vampire.
Ooh. Sorry, my cat keeps playing with my goddamn dice. Hold on.
What is it? History, or what would it be to have knowledge of what, like, to know what a vampire was?
Religion?
Never mind.
So you essentially know, because you don't really have the ability to skill check that, you essentially know myths. For all you know, they're repelled by holy symbols and, sparkle in sunlight, maybe, You can make a base intelligence check, essentially, if you want to, and see kind of how that turns out.
So I can't do a religion check? Because it's based on intelligence.
I don't see any reason why not. Like, But do you have proficiency in religion?
Oh no.
So technically, it's just an intelligence check for you.
Right. No, actually, it's not.
It's not. Oh no, because religion is wisdom.
Oh, but hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a roll for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see. Let me grab the Monster Manual, and I shall tell you some facts about vampires. Anybody else who'd like to make a religion check that doesn't already know about vampires yet?
My specialty is the undead.
Yes. So, do you get advantage from that in the book? To your knowledge? Like,
I have to...
knowledge checks regarding them? I think you do.
I think I do.
I'm going to go ahead and say that you do for the sake of expediency, so go ahead and have advantage on this knowledge check about vampires, or religion check about vampires, Sarah. For Vin. Because to me that makes sense.
I
Might
got
be wrong on
nothing
that,
on
but
this
we'll
one. It's all the roll. Is that what I think it
13
is?
for Artesia, okay.
13.
13 for you too?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know they're undead blood drinkers. Sunlight kills them. That's about all you know. Kelvin, you will also have... Oh, you have... You don't really have undead as your... That's a pure ranger thing. So let me check that, because that's going to bug me if I don't. I know where it is.
It's
I
under
got that on
monster.
tab.
It's under Monster Slayer in Xanathar's.
Oh, it's in Xanathar's. Okay, thank you.
Well, part of it is, but there's something here.
Favored enemy in ranger.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right now.
Yeah.
She's a favorite enemy. Yada yada yada. You have advantage on wisdom.
Yeah.
Survival checks to track your favorite enemies, as well as an intelligence check to recall information about them.
Good enough. That's what I was looking for right there. Thank you.
Okay.
So yeah, you do have advantage on that. Kelvin with the 12, yeah, that's pretty much all you know as well. However, Kaidos, from his alternate reality, wherever he might have come from, wherever he was cloistered, actually. I don't get to use that word very often accurately, but wherever he was actually cloistered as a monk, he did plenty of reading about vampires. He knows that they're shape changers. As long as they're not in sunlight or running water, they can turn into tiny bats or a cloud of mist. Some of them have been known to be able to turn into wolves as well. Let's see here. When they drop to 0 hit points outside of its normal resting place, you know that a vampire transforms into a cloud of mist instead of falling unconscious. And then that cloud of mist has to get back to its resting place within 2 hours, or it's just destroyed. It is then paralyzed within its resting place until it regains at least 1 hit point from resting. And after spending 1 hour in its resting place with 0 hit points, it regains that 1 hit point. So it's kind of a time-sensitive thing when you kill them. If you want to kill them for sure, you have to do that. You know that vampires cannot enter residences without an invitation from one of the occupants. A vampire is harmed by running water. That a stake to the heart will paralyze a vampire until that stake is removed. And it has, of course, they have hypersensitivity to sunlight. In the short amount of daylight that you had while you were here, you noticed it was severely overcast, and you have yet to see blue sky. You also know that they have the ability to charm people with their eyes. If they so much as can see you, they can try to sway you to their way of thinking, and which makes it a lot easier to be fed from. They regenerate unless they are hit with some sort of holy energy. You know that much. Also known as radiant damage. Or the running water damage. That I believe that will also stop regeneration. So, Kaidos, all of this comes rushing back to you from, oh yeah, I remember when I just poured over that vampire book at the monastery.
As the guy says that's what he is, Kylos just kind of slumps in his chair as his face blazes, looking up just towards the ceiling, where the wall meets the ceiling, not focusing on anything.
All right.
Artesia just kind of shrugs her shoulders and is like, well, they're bad and they're hard to beat, but I mean, they've been beaten before.
This one is not so easy.
Why?
He's powerful. We have nothing with us except some magic that can really hurt him.
Magic won't hurt a vampire.
Then we have even less than I thought.
You do know that
Wait.
magic is actually one of the only things that will get through a vampire's damage resistance. They are immune to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical attacks.
Yeah, that is what I thought.
I'm sorry, they have resistance, but they also regenerate.
Yeah.
Vin and Kelvin have actually seen the Devil's Strahd face to face, albeit briefly. When he kidnapped their friend's sister,
Irina
Kolyana, Kolyanovich? Yeah, Kolyanovich. Irina Kolyanovich. And rode off on the back of his nightmare Bocephalus back to his castle.
Oh my.
Yeah. When they were in the village of Barovia, Strahd killed Malachiah and just straight up charmed Irina and got her on the back of the horse and got away. And then on their way out, that's when Ismark was bitten by a werewolf, or he was bitten by a werewolf during that fight, and he tried to flee to Vallaki. When he was captured, pulled into Old Bone Grinder, where Tulkas decided to sneak around and managed to rescue him by evading the witches and the hags there by pretending to be them with his disguise self spell, or alter self spell, and brought him safely to Vallaki, where he was freed of his curse by the old man Rictavio, and he is currently unconscious up in his room this evening while you all enjoy your meal. He's just sleeping.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess he has a thing for children. That's nice.
Not really.
So you guys just waiting for this other party member of yours to wake up?
No. We got to seek the vine.
Traveling at night is not wise, says the innkeep.
Oh.
Rictavio had been about to head up the stairs, and he kind of turns and looks and goes, "Please don't travel at night. It's really not safe here."
I mean, I've been in places where you can't really travel at night. I understand that.
He nods sagely and turns to go back up the stairs, limping, but using his cane.
A night in a bed would do us some good.
I agree. There is nothing we can do until sunup anyway.
There's no one else staying here, and the beds are safe and warm. Make yourselves comfortable.
All
Thank
right.
you.
And if nobody has anything else to do, your long rest at the Blue Water Inn passes without event. However, if there's something anybody else would like to do, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Are we the only ones in the inn?
Currently, yes. Aside from Rectavio and D.
Okay.
And we had already talked to the guy about the silver weapons in town, and we have to go to the wine thing before we can get the silver weapons. Is that what I
Yes.
recall hearing?
Yes,
We
he
have
said
to
he
get the
can
wine
find somebody
flowing.
to do that work for you, if you can get the wine flowing again.
Check.
Yeah. Because if it wasn't obvious so far, wine is very much the lifeblood of the people here in Barovia. The still living people here in Barovia.
Well, if you guys have room for another party member, I have no problems at all checking out a winery.
What can you do?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I can juggle. I can shoot a fireball.
Oh.
I can sing.
Fireball will be good.
And I can do backflips and front flips.
Congratulations.
Well, it's hard to do.
No, I understand this. I sincerely say congratulations.
Oh, well, it's hard to tell with dark elves. She just kind of shoots you a little bit of a wink.
She looks perplexed.
Well, if we're the only ones in the inn, there's no reason for me to do anything, so I am good.
All right. Yep, like I said, night passes without event. You wake up to silvery sunlight streaming through the still very overcast skies.
I go downstairs for breakfast.
Yeah, there's big ol' pot of coffee, a jug of milk, a jar of sugar, and a plate of bacon on the table, and the rest of last night's bread.
Cool.
I just sit down and have at it.
Yeah.
Ditto.
Innkeep is, I would say, nowhere to be seen, but he's just kind of reclining behind the bar, like half asleep, tankard of coffee in one hand.
Greg, no self-insertion.
About what hour of the morning is this?
A little bit after sunrise, about 7 a.m.
Sunrise. So, probably at or before sunrise, Kados would have woken up to meditate in his room and would still be there meditating at this time.
Okay.
As Vin would also be doing her morning martial exercises.
Gotcha. And, Kelvin, if you would actually be so kind as to join me in the Whisper channel.
Ooh, I didn't know there was a whisper channel.
Okay, so, your night pass, you still get the effects of a full rest, but you wake up feeling just a little bit under the weather, a little bit tired, and you have fleeting memories of your nightmares that you had that night, which is weird because you don't remember having nightmares for several years. It was one of the things the Brotherhood had taught you, or the headsman had taught you to basically meditate away. So you usually have sleepless nights. But last night, this was not the case. Your first real sleep here in Barovia. And the only real detail that you remember was chewing on something in the dream, and the very distinct, like, lingering taste of blood in your mouth when you wake up.
Probably go and just find a wash basin and spit in it just to get the blood taste out.
Sure. Your spit comes out clear. When you look in the mirror, though, like, you kind of, like, I imagine you get some of the water and wash, rinse your face, kind of morning thing. There are flecks of gold that are receding out of your irises. like your eyes had been this weird amber gold color, and there's flecks of it that are just working their way backward out of your iris, and they disappear while you watch them.
So, was I used to my eyes being amber, or is it like they are their normal color plus amber, and the amber is going on?
They're their normal color, and the amber had been like kind of covering it up or coloring it on the edges, and it's turning back to your normal color now.
Can I make any sort of check on that? That seems weird.
Yeah, make... let me look at your character sheet. Hang on. Yeah, make an insight check. Just straight. I think you can whisper GM roll, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Yeah, you're not sure. With a 12, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, like I said, your spit was normal when you spat it into the wash basin. And aside from what might have just been, you know, especially after like thinking about it and looking at your eyes and rubbing your eyes again and looking and seeing no difference this time, you just kind of assume like, okay, maybe I'm just still kind of dream hazy and I haven't had a dream in a while, so it's messing with my head or something like that. But you don't think anything amiss of it afterwards.
That's pretty much about where he would go with it, because he's not going to let it shake his confidence. It's like, it's a dream. It happens.
Cool.
Hadn't happened in a while, but I guess it happens.
Right. Okay. And, yeah, that's all. Right.
There he is.
All right. Suddenly, a Tyrannosaurus Rex comes bursting down the stairs. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
What?
Bursting out of Kelvin's room. It's a T-Rex. Rah. Totally just kidding. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I throw poop at it. I don't know.
What are you, a monkey?
Well,
If a T-Rex suddenly
She did
came
work
at
at a
you, you'd
circus.
probably have a lot of poop available. Just a thought. So yeah, the innkeeper will tell you that the road west is not the easiest one, but it's at least pretty clear. You'll cross the Luna River, and right before the crossing for the Raven River, to get to the winery, you'll go south. Let's see. I'm going to measure it with the ruler here. It's about 2 miles to the first bend. And another 2 miles. It's about a 4-mile trek for you altogether on the road.
That was the W, right?
Yes, the W is the winery. You should be able to see the, if you zoom in, because it's kind of hard to read,
Yeah.
you know.
W for winery and Z for Z Werewolf Den.
See Werewolf Den. Yep.
Okay.
I couldn't resist.
Yeah, thank you.
Say time after the bridge by going through the forest.
Just cutting straight across.
Yes, because forest is my specialty, so we can move at the same rate as on a road.
That's very true, just like you did when you were coming to Valaki and getting
Yes.
away from the hags.
But of course, we will end up probably having to sleep overnight in the forest.
Yeah, you're looking at, if you did a straight shot to the winery, you're looking at a total of 5 miles. And I don't know about overnight. Let's see.
I'm all good with some glamping, y'all. Like, let's do it.
Saves you about 1.5 miles by my estimates.
What? It's just 1.5 miles
Yeah.
from Valaki?
Each square on the road map here is actually, according to the legend, a square is a 1/4 mile. So,
Then we
the
can just
land
go.
of Barovia is
Hex.
kind of
I
small.
think they're hexes.
Yes, hexes.
Well, they say square, but squares, hexes, same thing. As far as scale, each hex is a hexagonal mile. There you go. So yeah, it's only about 5.5 miles, but that is through thick woods, and even along the road, it'd be about 7 miles, and it'd be easier to travel. And obviously, with your favored terrain, it would be the same speed as walking on the road, but walking through the woods, of course, does incur the chance of things that are in the woods.
And this is true.
So does walking down the road in Barovia. So I mean, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Yep.
Yes, it's true.
Yes, my vote would be for the straight shot. If we're going to move just as quickly, we might as well get there and get our silvered weapons sooner than later.
Nice.
Well, I think I need money before I can afford a silvered weapon. Unless he can just take the few meager silver pieces I have.
No. We have bargained that if we get the wine flowing again, we will procure silver weapons for the party.
Oh, I thought we would be paying for them.
I certainly hope not.
You're doing this town a really big favor by getting their wine. If they make you pay for silver weapons after that, ugh.
Taking a great risk.
Yes, and those are we, apparently.
This is
If you
true.
need someone to talk to him, I'm your guy. Or gal, as it were.
I mean, I would be quite surprised if we are in recompense for our great deed of returning their supposed lifeblood to them, that we must then pay money just for them to do a service that a coward, or that they only won't do because they are broken and cowardly.
I mean, he
In
has
any
a point.
case.
Yes.
Now, if they say we're short on materials, I can understand that. And we may have to find silver to actually do. That wouldn't be the case. I could be mistaken.
Well, in any case, that might be a conversation to have after the wine gets flowing. Perhaps they would be more charitable once they see we've come back with their wares.
I'm inclined to agree.
Do we need to make any stops? Does anybody need to fill up on rations, potions, thing like that?
No,
we would.
I am always ready.
Oh, right. Well, I'm ready too. Whoever else. Oh, we're missing someone. Wait, where's the tall one?
Yes, where is Carlos?
Oh, yeah.
Carlos.
Kaidos.
Yeah, I'm not downstairs yet.
Yeah.
We know. I'm calling up to your. I'm calling up to your room.
How does that?
The innkeeper sleepily does it from behind the bar. That's what the DM is doing. What? He just kind of sits up.
I can use thaumaturgy and yell his name really loud.
You should, because he's been meditating and not paying attention to anything other than being meditative.
I'm gonna do that.
So Kaidos,
I'm gonna just use it.
you hear this big booming voice comes shattering through your reverie. Go ahead.
It's kind of sing-songy. It's like, Kaidos, we're ready to play.
He shakes his head kind of disturbedly and stands up, brushes off, grabs his mat and his things, and walks downstairs. And not exactly a mean scowl, but just a, I've just been disturbed unnecessarily type scowl at all of you. No one in particular was identified in that.
She just kind of laughs and goes, "There he is. We were just talking about you."
To never be outscowled, I do return a scowl.
Let us go.
Meditation is important for one's survival.
So it's actually walking to the target.
Ooh.
I suppose one does survive just by sitting at the inn.
I do not want to be a target. You crafty elf.
I did not say we were the target. I said we need to get to the target.
Well, according to the sour-faced innkeeper, we've been the target for a little bit, so...
He just wants his
So shall
wine.
we away
Let's
then?
go.
I grab some bacon and the mug of, morning beer and give it to Kaidos and be like, here you go, for the trip.
Thank you, madam.
You're welcome.
All right. You begin your trek westward. And let's see here. What have we got for anything, that may happen?
Anything, ha ha ha.
Let's have everybody make a survival check.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh man, Eric, you're chopping up real bad.
I mean, I'm trained in it, but apparently it doesn't matter.
Okay, 7 for Kelvin, big ol' 9. 22 for Vin.
Damn.
16 for Kaidos, not bad.
Nice.
So Kelvin, these woods are just the most dense coniferous forest you have ever seen, and cutting through them, Vin makes it look easy because she's tiny and very spry and very good at this, but you are huge and covered in armor, and it's like every branch seems like it's hitting you in the face and getting jammed in between the chinks of your armor. It's just a very uncomfortable march. And kind of average survival checks. You stay on target. But yeah, when you come out of the other side, like kind of by this path, you've got maybe another 45 minutes or so through the woods at this pace. A little bit longer than that. Let's see. Let's measure. Yeah, about an hour at this pace, and it should bring you right into the entrance there, the Wizard of Wines, according to your rudimentary map you were drawn. Yeah, but when you come out, you've just kind of got like pine branches sticking out of the chinks of your armor. Artesia is just covered in like pine needles. She's got them sticking out of her hair.
I'm not happy.
Nope.
I've had worse excursions in the forest, but gee, Minnie, like she starts like pulling the pines out of her hair.
Do you wish some help?
Yeah.
I got it. Thanks. She messes with it, and while they're walking, she's trying to clean herself up.
Yeah. Likewise, just brushing stuff off while moving.
Okay.
I'll just blaze the path.
Let's see.
For those of you who are rolling your own dice, I know that is a fun thing and tactile thing to do. However, there is a built-in dice roller on that little left menu.
Oh, they know.
I know.
Okay.
I just prefer to use my own dice. I bought a set specifically for Vin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm a dice person too. I don't trust the digital dice much.
It's black with purple numbers.
Ooh, very nice.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. My bags of dice are in boxes somewhere.
Aw.
Oh no.
No. How could you treat them that way? That's dice abuse.
Yeah, well, they got moved and they didn't get unpacked.
I'm about to take my nieces over to get their first set of dice for the campaign we're setting up, so I'm excited about that.
Cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of
Nice.
fun. I can't wait to play that with them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna drag the. Let's see. Doop.
Fancy.
So as you come out the other side, back on that map, not where you just were, but as you press through and come out the other side with the farmhouse in the distance, you're greeted by a very odd sight as you break the tree line. There's just almost a dozen scarecrows that are just kind of plopped down in the middle of this path. There's actually, I didn't draw it in here yet, but there's actually picket fences that run along kind of either side of the trees here. Just real simple, just your most basic, a post and two lateral, rails, yeah, to delineate more of the line, so it's easy enough to hop over. And these scarecrows are all just standing there, motionless in the road.
Oh no.
Did you say in the road?
Yeah, I say road, it's a dirt road, this clear path here. This is, I'm going to draw us a...
Sure, it's the trail that we came through the forest onto.
Yes. I'm going to draw us a little,
check.
What do you call it? Compass. Okay, that's ugly, but it'll do. You get the idea. Yeah. So what do you do?
I'm staying back.
Probably just give them little regard and keep going.
Okay. Yeah, the
Then
farmhouse
we'll move
is to your
forward
Yeah.
curiously.
Do they look like normal scarecrows?
For all intents and purposes, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Kaidos just keeps walking. He hops the fence and just follows the trail.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a little bit closer and then see if I can make a perception check to see if I can see if they are living creatures of any kind.
Dean has never seen something like this.
Okay. Artesia.
I gotta
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
That's okay. 17 for my perception check.
Very nice. Oh, they look like scarecrows to you. They're just not where scarecrows should be. Like, you can kind of see through the foggy, misty morning. It's more afternoon at this point, late afternoon. Like, the vineyard out there, like, you can see the rows upon rows of where the grapes would grow off in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
They should be out there, and you don't see any scarecrows out there. But these scarecrows are, like, right here.
Oh, me no like that. Okay. I guess I'm going to continue up, but like, just as if, oh, well, this is fucking weird. But just continue on, but hang back behind Kelvin because he looks big and beefy.
Yeah, I'm gonna just keep moving. I'm gonna get right up to one and inspect it.
Okay.
Are we able to move our own pieces, or...?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you just click on your character icon and drag.
Them around, yeah.
Helps if I use the right tool to do that.
I did the same thing at first.
Yeah.
Is there a timing, Greg? Like how long we have to be in one spot?
Not yet, because we're not in initiative, but...
Where's the rail fence?
That's a good point. Let me draw that real quick. There you go. And then the farmhouse is to your left. Or to the south from here. Kelvin, as you get close, Kelvin and Ben, kind of as y'all get close to your scarecrows there, almost simultaneously, their heads are limp and just kind of looking down. Their crossbar has them strung up and they're just hanging there. All of them at once, not just the two that you two are close to, but all of them at once, their heads snap up and look at you. Like Kaidos, the two that are closest. Whoops, wrong button. Hold on. This one.
Mm-hmm.
And come on, long click, do it. There it goes. This one. Those two are looking at you. Artesia, this one right in between the other two is the one staring at you. You notice this one back here is as well, and the four along the back are just kind of pick one of them, and they're looking at you. And again, it's this weird simultaneous, like the shuffling of straw and burlap. I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
What? Okay. Oh, I could if my cat would get out of my way. Hold on.
It's not charm or sleep, right?
It is not correct.
Okay.
Ooh, thank the Lord. Unnatural 20.
Nice. Still a good roll.
What did you say? Wisdom?
Yes. I'm bidding with an 18. Nice. All of you kind of get a chill, but that's about it. You feel like this fear that familiar, Kelvin especially knows exactly what it is, so he almost doesn't feel it. But that familiar, like ice just got dropped into your stomach feeling of fear, and your brain is like, I want to lock up. That's too much. It's too much at once. And then it passes almost as quickly. All right, everybody roll initiative. Everybody succeeded their saving throws, so nobody's paralyzed.
Yay. Oh.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me move the turn order. Okay. I'm going to make sure everybody's got a turn, so it's going to take a second. Add a turn.
Then we'll be asking the others, what are these things?
Nightmares.
I thought the nightmare was a black horse. A skeletal horse.
No, my nightmares. These are my nightmares.
But what are they?
Scarecrows. You know Scarecrow?
Never seen one.
They protect your plants. They keep your food safe from animals who would eat it before you can harvest.
Interesting.
Show to players. Show to everyone. Hooray! It
Ew.
worked.
Ew, frightening.
All right. And they roll a whopping not that much, probably, for their... Let's see. Okay, +1, and they have an 8 for their initiative. Thus, then you have the initiative. It drops both of its feet to the ground and is clearly about to attack you. So,
Well, I'm about to attack it too. Scary thing. First attack. Not very good. 11.
11 to hit.
Yeah.
Right on the money.
Really?
Yep. I mean, it's just a scarecrow.
Okay. Second. Yeah, I really hit it.
Okay. Roll damage.
Total of 12 piercing.
12 piercing damage.
Or slashing. I forget which it is.
What's your weapon?
It's piercing.
It's a
It's
short
a
sword.
short sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
It could be either or, I would say, for short swords. That's fine. But piercing, okay. Either way, you notice your non-magical weapon doesn't seem to have as much of an effect on it. That's just for sake of keeping it, within the bounds of stuff. It has resistance to non-magical piercing.
I figured as much.
And I like to say a flavored way of saying that in game. So if you hear me say something like that, for all of you, just know that I'm basically trying to show you, like, hey, yeah, it might have resistance to this type of attack. Because I feel that once you hit with it, as long as you're looking, especially face to face with your target, you should be. Oh, he's not clearly in one square or the other. I apologize. Let me fix that. Make these snap to grid real quick. Okay.
And there's something else I would like to do.
Sure, for sure. Go ahead.
Bonus action. I am going to put my hunter's mark on this one in front of me.
Okay.
So next turn I will get an extra D6 of damage.
Very nice. All right. Kaidos to you, sir.
Yes, indeed. I am... Okay, so that one is there now. So I'm liking this 15-foot thing. I can move and then attack, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
You can spend your movement, however, in whatever increments you like, and put your attacks between them.
Yeah, so I did that.
Okay.
And that's a 15-foot. Do I get my total movement to use however I please?
Absolutely, yes.
So I do get my total distance. Okay.
Yeah, you could like move, attack if you had extra attacks. Like it doesn't need to be all move and all attack. You can split it up how you like.
Right,
Right,
like
that's what I was thinking.
Then could go from one target to the other.
And so let me just double check one thing here. I haven't written it out, so I'm having to look in the book. Yep. Flurry of blows.
All right.
Okay.
So you get to make a bunch of attacks.
Right. So now I'm just going to do an unarmed strike for an attack. And then Flurry of Blows has the immediately after you attack, you to make two... I don't have to use the unarmed strike to begin with.
Yeah, you just have to make an attack action. Just attack in some way.
Okay, well, that's what I'm going to do it since I have it here.
Nice. So yeah, basically you'll make, with that, since you're spending 1 key point, you'll do your standard attack, which you only get... Do you get 1 around or 2 around? I don't think you have an extra attack yet, right?
He gets 1 and then can have another one as bonus action. But I don't know if Flurry of Blows takes up the bonus action or not.
It would, yeah. So Flurry of Blows will give him 2 extras on his bonus, though, so that's good. So yeah, roll,
okay, so it says here, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Correct.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So there you go. It takes your bonus.
Okay, so... Yeah, I'll just do that straight out of the gate.
Sounds good. Basically make 3 attack rolls, and you can do attack damage, or you can roll your d20.
Take the better because you're flanking with me.
Exactly, yeah, you actually get advantage, absolutely.
Oh, I do? Oh, so that one was without advantage. So let me try that again.
Sure.
So advantage is yes. That's what I thought. Okay.
There you go.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
So, and I did to do 2 more of those?
Yep.
Or just one?
Yep.
Okay.
2 more of those. That's what that bonus
With
action is.
advantage.
Yeah. Oh, that's gross.
Oh!
And a crit.
Damn, son.
Okay. Now
And my key goes down by 1.
Correct. To
Yeah.
auto roll damage, all you have to do now is click on those titles of those 3 connecting unarmed strikes.
I thought the damage was the second number, the hit was the first.
No,
is that not what this is?
When you're rolling with advantage, that's your 2d20 rolls on each of those. So
So I just click the number. Or which one do I click to get the damage?
You click the
unarmed
phrase
strike.
unarmed strike.
Yeah.
Got it. There's the one for 17.
Nice.
Oh. Okay, here's the one for 18.
Okay.
Here's the
No.
one for 24.
There it is. Yeah, see, it attaches it weird, but it's
No.
by him clicking it in order, it did it correctly. You
What?
hit it, and it's kind of brings you back to your very first training days of punching that straw punching bag. You're like,
I was thinking the same thing.
Right?
You know, and you're like, it's so badly packed and kind of falling apart that you're like getting through the straw and actually hitting the wood frame a little bit. It's clearly not taking as much damage as anything should, you know, because it's basically a straw punching bag, so it's, you know, its punching is definitely reduced a bit. You said 14 total, so I minus 7 of that after reduction. Artesia, to you. Or Kaidos,
Okay.
I'm sorry, unless you wanted to finish your movement, you've still got 15 more feet of movement.
Can I go here? Or will I draw attack of opportunity twice?
It will only trigger once, but I didn't see where you pointed.
Oh, I'm sorry. There.
Actually, right there is perfectly fine because you're not leaving your current target's threatened space, and you're only entering the other one, so it does not provoke in 5th edition. So that's actually, you basically do a little nifty, you know, half circle step and get over to the other side of him. No problem whatsoever. Okay, Artesia.
Okay. Gonna take a step over here and I can cast through Kelvin, right? Like if I'm trying to attack him, or will I have disadvantage?
You should be able to. What is it you're using? Which depends on the spell. Does it create a line effect, or is it like a roll to hit effect?
It's a fire. It's the firebolt spell. So you make a ranged spell attack.
Okay, yeah, you can cast around him. Basically, it kind of arcs over him.
Okay.
If you were doing something like, I know you're not a warlock, but something like Eldritch Blast or like Lightning Bolt, where it creates a line effect instead, then yeah, you wouldn't be able to cast through him without hitting him. But go ahead.
That makes sense. Okay, so make a ranged spell attack. Oh, 14.
That's a hit.
Oh, okay. 1d10 fire damage. Let me get my d10.
Hold on a minute. Greg, before you do your thing with her, she can do her stuff, but you need to do a save for if she's attacking the same one I attacked.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Okay, it had to succeed on a dexterity saving throw, or it was knocked prone.
From what?
From my flurry of blows. The flurry of blows causes it to have to do a dexterity save, or it's knocked prone, and a strength save. If it fails, I could have pushed it, which I didn't choose to do anyway. Unless I pushed it into Kaidos, which would have allowed Kaidos a free attack, but I wasn't going to do that.
Real quick, I'm not seeing where the flurry of blows pushes them, because I'm looking on page 78 of the PHP.
I am looking on page 79.
Oh, I was probably looking at the wrong. Hold on. 79. Way of the open hand.
I can impose one of the following.
That's right. You did the way of the open hand. Okay.
Right, and so I was doing that. The first one was that dexterity or being knocked prone. Knocked prone.
I apologize. You're absolutely right. I was.
And I forgot to mention it.
That's okay. Dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone. Okay.
I figured it would benefit her.
Yeah, for sure. If it's knocked prone, it will give her advantage on her attack roll. I mean, she already hit it, but.
Well, still, other people before its next turn, too.
It gets knocked down.
Okay.
Well, it gets knocked down, and now it's also on fire.
On fire.
How much damage did you
awesome.
do?
Oh, a piddly little 3.
Okay. Your piddly little
then...
3 becomes 6 as it catches the flammable materials of the scarecrow, a.k.a. they appear to be vulnerable to fire damage.
Ooh. Okay, so I moved, I did my main damage, and then as my bonus action, I'm going to whip out my fiddle and do a little jig and cast Bardic Inspiration on Kelvin.
Okay.
Alright. I'm inspired.
Okay, so Artesia went. Anything else?
Nope, that'll do it.
The Scarecrow's turn. Alright. Let's see. They have a movement of 30 feet.
Jesus.
But it can't do anything else.
Oh, they're dashing?
Yeah. These ones in the far back are dashing, but that's about all they're able to do. Let me just measure. It's far easier. Well, 1, 2. Okay, so I'm going to start at 12 o'clock and go counterclockwise. The one behind Vin. Let's see, what is it? Makes 2 claw attacks. Does an 11 hit your armor class, Vin?
No.
How about a 10?
No.
So that one whiffs you. The next one going counterclockwise. Does a 16 hit your armor class? No, I'm sorry, an 18. That's an 18.
Yeah.
An 18.
Very much so.
And the other claw is another 10. So, 2d those.
2D those.
2d those. Then you will take 5 slashing damage as one of its claws, this one diagonally to the north. Not northwest, but to the upper left.
Yeah,
of you.
I know which one that was.
Yeah.
It's the one at 11 o'clock.
Yep. And then it whiffed you. Kaidos, your 9 o'clock attacker, misses you with a 3 on the die, and then I'm going to guess that 22 hits your AC.
Yes.
Okay. It does. Ooh, ouch. 7 points of slashing damage to you.
Which one is the one that's attacking? The one that this one?
Correct. Yeah, his direct left.
All right. If it makes an attack against him, I get a free attack.
Then yeah, you can smack it.
I took -7. Is that correct?
Yes, 7 slashing damage. And then you're using a reaction to hit him. Is that correct, Kelvin?
Should we all hop out and back in?
I don't know if it'll help him at all. We can try.
All right, that was weird.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's back.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I don't know
okay.
why I disconnected, but whatever.
That's all right. You said
So
you were
anyway,
using your
when that
reaction
one
to hit
hit Kaidos, I get a free reaction on it because of my Sentinel feat.
Oh, very cool.
Oh.
Yeah, it's creatures provoke it when a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you, and the target doesn't have this feat. You can use this action. You can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against the attacking creature.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. So, just while it's not even paying attention, apparently I'm not paying attention either. But the silver morning star goes by.
Aww.
It's just
We're too worried about
I
striking me with it.
yeah. No, I try to lash out and I catch it right on the cloth where the side of where its chest would be, except that's just stick in there, and so I get a good chunk out of the side, but it's all cloth.
All right. Now these two around you are going to attack you. A 2's not going to hit. Nor
Nope.
is a 10. I know better. So your direct left misses. I'm pretty sure a 16 is not a hit.
That's a miss.
And last but not least, another miss with a 4 on the die. And that does it for the scarecrows. We're back to Kelvin. Or we are
All right.
not back to, but at Kelvin.
Scarecrows brought to life by some foul magic. If you have a mind to learn, let me show you fear. I'm going to do Channel Divinity to use my Conquering Presence.
Okay.
If they can be frightened, everything within 30 feet makes a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, goody.
Well,
Oh,
each creature of my choice, of course, so
Oh,
not
nice.
allies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes they don't specify.
But yeah, it's just there's this haughtiness to his voice, like I will show you fear, and he holds the great axe aloft
Okay.
and just holds it there like a sort of like just look at this symbol of power.
like a beacon.
This is
Yeah,
my
like the
boomstick.
Yeah.
It's very
No,
much all right, you primitive screwheads.
Well, he's got such a reverence for it that's his channeled divinity,
For sure, yeah. So they have to make a wisdom saving throw, right? Against fear?
DC 13 wisdom saves all around,
Okay.
or be frightened.
You see them all look up, kind of how they had simultaneously all snapped to attention and looked at each of you. They all look up at the same time at the axe, and then they all look at you, like stop what they're doing, look at you, and tilt their heads like curious puppies and go right back to what they were doing. You get the distinct impression they are immune to fear effects.
Oh. Crap.
Oh no, he modulated out.
I thought he was saying something bad and got edited.
No.
I believe his modulation is their death.
That would
I'm
be my
done.
guess.
Carry on.
So was that action to use your divine thing?
Yes, that was an action.
Okay. All right. To Vin then.
Alright, well, we are going to try this again, but now I have my hunter's mark on him.
Indeed.
First heat. Yeah, 23. Second heat. 15?
Yep.
I think.
Absolutely.
So that is a total of... That and that is +4. I ripped myself out of some points last time.
Aw.
Damage. Yeah. Oh well. So, because that's 2 weapons, that's a +8. And so that is a total of 24 points of damage.
Total of 24.
Yeah, I'll just be hacking at its arms, man.
Sure. What are the separate hits? I don't think it'll matter, but I'm curious to see if the math will matter.
Okay, the first one was 15,
Okay.
and the other one was 9.
Excellent.
Because only one gets my hunter's mark.
Sure, yeah. 7. Yeah, well, close. -7, -4, so. That one is, I'd say bloodied, but straw-eed.
Straw-eed?
Yeah, not Strahd, straw-eed.
It's the
Okay. So you hit that one twice. It gives weird, shuffly, creaky noises. All right, Kaidos, to you, sir.
I am going to attack the same one that I did before in front of Kelvin.
Okay.
And I'd like to try sweeping attack to the one directly in front of me.
Okay.
And the sweeping attack is based on a hit with a melee attack.
Okay, so are you doing like sweeping attack to the one by you, and then
So-
doing the flurry of blows to the one?
So
you hit
I'm not
before?
doing a flurry of blows this time
Okay.
because that requires another key.
Okay.
I'm going to do an unarmed strike against the guy in front of Kelvin.
Okay.
And then if I can successfully hit, then I have the opportunity to choose sweeping attack to expend my 1 superiority die to attempt to damage another creature with the same attack within 5 feet of the original and within my reach.
Fucking cool. Do it. 'Cause I'm learning things about this class as you play
Now,
it too. So.
because I've moved, have I lost advantage? Because we're standing side by side?
Yes, because you had advantage before because you were flanking it. You were on either
Yes.
side of it. Yeah.
Right, okay.
So just a straightforward.
And
roll.
flanking has to be completely opposite?
Correct. You basically opposite facing sides of the mini.
Okay. Miss.
Ooh,
I'm assuming a 7's a miss.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, then I just completely miss with my attack.
All right. So Kaidos.
And
lives.
can I... Is it a shift that doesn't... Is there a thing called shift? Is that a thing?
Like, are you thinking like the 5-foot step? That
yeah,
is-
like I go through them without them attacking me like that?
You can absolutely use some of your movement to do that. There's no more moving without provoking attacks of opportunity unless you have an ability that specifically does that. You can also, all characters can also take the withdraw action, but that's an action as opposed to a movement action.
Disengage, I think, is
sorry,
what you're
not
looking
withdraw.
for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I would have to take that disengage action to not be attacked.
Correct, yeah.
But
To
if
move
I were
there,
just to shift this 1 5-foot set, I'd get attacked.
you
by
would get
both of them?
attacked by not the two you moved right by, but the two whose threatened spaces you moved out of, which would be the one in front of Kelvin and the one in front of Vin.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
They would have the opportunity to take opportunity attacks.
Got it. Then I don't do anything else.
Alright.
Can I take a second action instead of moving?
Nope. I wish.
Okay.
I wish, but nope. Alright, Artesia.
Okay. So as a sorcerer, I get the metamagic feat, and I've chosen the quickened feat on there, which basically means if I have a 1-action cast spell, I can cast it as a bonus action. So I just want to let you know.
Sounds good.
So he's really close. You know, the rule is still attack of opportunity if you try to cast a spell within range of a melee range of a monster. Is that correct?
I have not seen that happen yet, so no.
No, that...
Yeah, that's gone.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna put my magic armor on. So my AC is now 15.
Okay.
And
Artesia casts
I'm going...
Mage Armor.
Ish. And then I'm going to take my hand and slap it right across the face and say, "Get behind me, Satan's haystack!" and cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
Let's see. Melee spell attack. Yay! That's a 22.
Yeah, that's a hit.
I'm rolling good tonight. Alright, what is it? 1d8 lightning damage. And can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I rolled the wrong dice. Hold on, sorry. Damn, another 3. Oh well.
Okay, 3 points of lightning damage. You are able to suss out that he is fully affected by that, though.
Okay.
It doesn't really conduct electricity very well, I guess, so you'll have to, with that low roll, you're like, I guess I'll have to figure out how to force the electricity a little better, but he takes the full brunt of what you were able to do to him.
Okay. And then, since he can't take reactions until the start of his next turn, I am going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All the way back here.
Okie doke. She sachets away.
Yes.
Excellent.
And that's my turn.
Alright. Back to the scarecrows. You made this one mad, so he's after you now.
Fuck you.
That one can get to you. This one cannot. He can get up to you, but he can't hit you, which is what he will do. This one can get to you. These two move to surround the party. So we'll start with Artesia's foes. She only has 2 of them that can attack. Aiming for a 15 AC. That's an 11.
Yay.
Ooh, that's a 20 total, not natural.
Oh no.
That's an 18. And that's an 11 as well. Okay, so 2 hits. Artesia will take a total of... Oh, nice. 3 slashing damage from the first one. Minimum damage, literally, on that one. And, oh, okay, the other one made up for it. 8 damage on the other one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Alright.
And that's it for those by you. Do you have any reactions you'd like to do?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. This time, we'll start at the one above Vin again, and we'll go clockwise this time.
Okay, now one of them is on the ground still. Or does it take the time to get up again?
It takes part of his movement.
Yeah, it would have
Okay.
taken part of its movement to get up. The one above...
That was the one in front of Kaidos.
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
One above Vin hits only once for 6 points of slashing damage. The one to Vin's right also hits only once. This one only for 5 slashing. The one below Vin and behind Kelvin with advantage.
I will strike at that one.
Okay. The one directly.
I'm going to
behind you.
take my inspiration.
Do it.
Mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely use it. Please.
Oh,
Hey,
That's enough.
it makes you feel any better? Their AC is 11.
All right.
Yay.
Yeah, so you
Oh,
smack
thank,
this one behind
thank the
you.
barn.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're doing the one right behind you, right?
I will catch it clean across and a whirling smack with the silver morning star. Just,
Nice. Dang, 11 piercing damage.
just
Okay. The one behind you, Kelvin, hits you for... Because I am assuming a 23 hits your AC. I'm sorry, 22. Did I lose him again?
I don't know. Nope.
No, he's typing. Might have to call it for the night anyway.
It hit.
It hit, okay. Kelvin will take 8 points of slashing, if he can hear me. And the one below him will now swipe at him twice. Miss with a natural 1. 16 plus it's 3. Does a 19 hit your AC? I think it does.
I think so.
Yep, okay. And it lands another 6 points of damage with that one. The one in front of Kelvin goes for Kaidos, because it really does not like that armor. Rolls a 19 and hits. Kaidos, what's your AC? The second attack is only a 16. I don't know if that hits you.
It does.
Okay.
It hits.
Dang. So that one hits you twice. Oh, minimum damage. Okay, so 3 points on the first one. And 6 points on the second one. And then the one directly in front of you swings and misses both times. And that... Oh, no, the one right above you. I almost forgot. 11... These 19s, this Skull Splitter is so mean. 6 more points of slashing damage, and that is finally it for the Scarecrows. Now, my players, you have a choice. We can continue. It is 25 minutes past 11. I know we got a little bit of a late start tonight, but it's up to you. Back to the top of the initiative. We're back to Kelvin.
Okay.
Not top of the initiative, not quite, sorry. Kelvin had his reaction. It was
say.
the Scarecrows. Back to the top will be Vin. So Kelvin first, then we'll be...
I'll be right back.
Okie doke.
Welcome back, but we cannot hear you if you're talking.
okay. So nothing.
Now you're there.
Uh,
Just picked up. Okay.
Okay, good. Yeah, this for whatever reason my Discord's being ornery tonight. But yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All good. Go right ahead. It is your turn, sir.
All right. Let's see. So, in the interest of fighting our way out I will take the one that Kaidos has been beaten to hell and back
Sure.
and just bring the Morning Star down with divine power.
All right.
This is
Nice.
an overhead strike, and I'm going to fuel it as a divine smite.
You got it.
So it'll be the damage plus 2d8. So let me roll that 2d8.
2d8 radiant. All right. Average radiant damage with
Yeah.
with a mighty. It takes reduced 2 points of piercing damage, and then the full 9 radiant damage. And yeah, it kind of cracks down the middle as you strike the crossbar that makes up its shoulders, and you see it as like this white crack forms just through the hay, through the clothing, through the wood, and it's looking very, very rickety at this point.
Surprised it's still living.
Yeah, just
Well,
barely. Just hanging on.
I mean, as much as one could call it living.
Unliving.
Yeah. And, yeah, I'll just ready my shield. Have you learned yet? Do you know fear? And I'm back in it, so yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Now we're at the top of the initiative. Back to Vin.
Okay, going for the one I've been going for.
For sure.
Alright, first attack. Yeah, that hit.
All right.
24
Yeah.
and 18. So
Yep.
they hit.
Absolutely.
Do you want me to split them again?
Please do, yeah. Because of
Okay.
reduction, I have to do them one at a time.
Okay. First attack is +4, right? 9, 10, 11.
Okay.
And the second attack is 9.
Excellent. That was the same one as last time.
Yeah.
That's
At
cool.
least I'm consistent.
Yours looks just slightly less, better, no, more worse for wear than the one Kelvin just smacked. Looking very, very haggard indeed. You can move. There is an exit diagonally to your right. Same for Kelvin if either one
Yeah,
of you
but
would like
I'd
to
take
use
too
those.
many attacks of opportunity. Well,
That's true.
that's a good thing.
Quick question when you get a chance.
Sure, go for it.
Are these undead?
No.
They're
If
not
they-
fiends either.
Nope.
No, if they were
Okay.
at least undead, Vin would know of them. Probably.
From what you can tell, now that you're up close and personal and fighting them, you can kind of see there's little tiny runes that are actually in the stitching of their clothing that seem to have animated them. For all intents and purposes, these appear to be a poor man's construct.
Got it.
Okay, so Vin is
Ow.
finished. To Kaidos.
Oh, that's useful. Well played.
Yes.
What's that?
He posted Step of the Wind in chat, and it looks quite useful.
Oh, very nice, yeah.
I'm trying to figure my way out of this mess and get where I need to be useful. Because where I am now is not.
For sure. Yeah, you can move wherever you want within your movement speed. Disengage is I believe you just move your movement speed as an action. So yeah, you get that as a bonus action, so you can move up to 30 feet wherever you'd like to be. No attacks of opportunity. And that's only your bonus action. You still technically will have your movement and your action left.
When it. Okay, now, but hold on. Isn't a disengage an actual. You can't then take an attack?
Under normal circumstances, yes. Basically, it's meant as an action as opposed to a movement or a bonus. It's meant as an action, so that would mean you can't take like your attack action or cast most spells. But since your Step of the Wind is allowing you to take that disengage action as a bonus action, you are still able to use movement and an action, whether it be an attack or a spell or an ability, as you normally would.
Okay, and the difference between disengage and dash?
Dash is essentially you just move another 30 feet, or you move, the dash action, I should say, is you move your movement speed as an action. So it gives you another 30 feet. Disengage just does so without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
I think.
If I may.
Sure, yeah.
Disengage doesn't actually provide you any movement.
Oh, it just prevents
disengage just says you don't provoke opportunity for the rest of the turn.
Oh.
So usually as an action you disengage, you use your movement to move 30 feet.
There you go. Thank you.
So in this instance, you're using your bonus action to disengage. You're using your movement to get the hell out of dodge, but you still have an action left to do with what you will.
Yes, thank you.
Sure.
5 per square, 5, 10, 15, 20. So I am now double checking. Is there a rule? I'm only allowed to spend 1 key per turn. Is that correct?
Let me check. I actually don't know. Let me see.
I think you can spend multiple.
I think it just depends on what ability you're using, because like that's a bonus one. If you've got an action that also uses a key point, so long as you've got the key point to spend, then you can do it.
And you're only allowed to have 1 bonus action.
Correct. Yeah, you can do a bonus, an action, and a movement.
Okay. Yeah, to spend a key, you'll have to use a bonus action from everything I've read so far. So that would limit you to 1 because you only got 1 bonus action.
Sure, yeah.
Because everything I've read about it says it's already after you take your attack action. Everything that I get to spend them on so far is after my attack action. So
Gotcha.
I will take and spend a key, and that's this here. I have 3, and I will put in a -1. So that goes down to 2. And then I will move here.
All right. Granting yourself advantage on any attack rolls against that scarecrow. Same for Kelvin.
And then attack for my action.
Sounds good.
Let's roll that.
Yeah, that's a hit. 17. And then, yeah, you can just click the unarmed strike phrase to get your damage.
Yep. I didn't mean to type all of that, but I'm wanting to highlight the sweeping.
Sure. That's okay.
When you hit creature, I'm going to expend my 1 superiority die. So -1.
And you're going to make it a
It
trip
goes
attack.
to 0 to make it into a sweeping attack.
Nice.
Against the creature directly to the west,
Yep. Okay.
on the parallel with Ven.
Sure, yeah. East one. Okay.
Yes, exactly. Okay, equal to the number you roll on your superiority die. The damage is of the same type dealt by the original attack, which is this. So I'm gonna do this damage first, and then I'll roll the superiority die to get that damage on the other creature.
Sounds good. Perfect. Yeah, you'll never hear a complaint from me for having your spell ability or your abilities blooped in there, because that helps me out. 6 bludgeoning, okay. Plus your superiority die.
And the one thing I don't know, because I didn't write it down yet, is my superiority die is a what?
Let's see.
A D6, I believe.
D6. Let's see.
Because it's from Martial Adept, correct?
Yeah, and that's what I'm reading. Martial
yeah,
Adept.
it's a D6.
Okay, cool. Alright, so roll a D6 and add that to it.
Okay. So I will. It's just 1d6.
Alright, good job.
Nice, another 6 damage on top of that.
And it's also bludgeoning. It's of the same type.
Sure. Alright, so yeah, you do just the full 6 damage. Or 12 damage reduced to 6 because it's non-magical. Yeah, and it's just... It has, you can tell, just for meta's sake, it has that many hit points left after you hit it.
It was only 6 on the one in front of Kelvin, and then it was 6 on the one next to that one.
Right, because he takes the same exact amount of damage, right?
Right, they both took 6.
Yeah, so let's see. I kind of see this like a roundhouse, like whip around with your heel and just catch him right in the crossbar, and he slams into the other one.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
All right. Artesia, to you. You have 3 scarecrows before you.
I know. Let's see. Well, hold on one second. I was reading. Okay. So, firstly, which is this the one that I've been hitting?
Let me see.
The one in the middle?
Yes, the one in the middle is the one that's been hit.
Okay, I am going to shocking grasp him again.
Okay.
Let's see. Natural 20.
Nice.
I promise I'm not lying.
That's all right. I believe you.
We don't doubt.
No.
Yes.
We're always in your favor.
Yeah. Roll two
We're
of
on
them
the
damage
trust
dice.
system.
Because spell crits are a thing.
Yes, that's a 5 and a 4, so that's 9.
Nice.
Or are
9
we
points.
using the deck?
No, I'm not using the dex for this game.
Okay.
I might do just my own things for natural 20s and natural 1s, but I'm gonna save the dex for the Tiamat game for now.
Okay.
Okay, so Artesia casts Shocking Grasp and zaps this one, but good.
Yeah.
And he's looking bloodied.
Concentration. Okay. And then on this bro, the bottom one here, I'm going to do Crown of Madness, and he needs to succeed a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Or become charmed.
Let's see. I will let you make an insight check just straight first before I see if I tell you a thing.
Okay. 15.
Nice, right on the money. You notice that Kelvin tried to do a spooky thing against these things, and they didn't seem to give a shit. And with that insight check, you gather you don't think they would be affected by anything having to do with the mind.
Oh, no charmed or anything like that?
Correct. Because it was immune to fear, you get the distinct distinct rule of most golems and constructs that they're immune to being charmed or paralyzed as well.
Okie dokie. Then if that's the case, I am going to... Damn. Sorry, I'm looking at my spell list again. That's
all right.
just...
Take your time.
Part of being a mage.
Are we supposed to inform you if we're bloodied? Is that a thing?
You can't. Lets me know what your hit points are at, yeah.
I don't know if you can see the little bitty bars above my head.
Yeah, you're a little low.
Me
Oh
too.
dear.
And it's the top one that's my health bar.
Indeed.
Yeah. Since you brought it up, yeah, I kind of figured that. Uh-oh.
Okay, so the bottom one. Okay, here's my question because I don't play spellcasters very often. If it's a ranged spell attack and they're this close, I can still hit.
Correct. Yeah.
And okay, cool. Okay, then if that's the case, I'm going to do Chromatic Orb. That's a ranged spell attack against the bottom one.
All right.
Does it place an orb on the battlefield?
I wish.
Okay.
It's more like a. Let's just say it's like a magical girl Sailor Moon thing where it like pops out of her chest and like she holds it and then she's like, and then it goes.
Nice. Okay.
Excellent. I can't wait for that.
That's a 19, Greg.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Okay, so the bottom one gets hit with, let's just say, fire damage.
Sure.
3d8.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's a second level spell, I think.
That's a
7,
beacon.
9, 10, 18 damage.
Wow.
Fuck you.
Okay, so it becomes painfully apparent that these things are weak against fire at this point. Because as you deal 18 damage to this unharmed scarecrow at the bottom of this row, it completely goes up in flames. It's like the Hindenburg in Scarecrow version. Just
Nice.
and all that's left is this singed kind of crossbar with the little tied like tufts of hands stuck on the no longer animated arms, and it just kind of creaks over,
Nice.
completely destroyed. One hit
Leave me
KO.
out, my good hot man.
Any movement?
Oh, I need to move because I am not doing good, but that's going to evoke 2 attack of opportunities, right?
It would indeed.
You know what? I'm going to stay there.
Okay. The Scarecrow's turn.
Uh-oh.
The ones by Artesia begin. That one misses twice. And that one misses twice. Okay.
Yes.
We're going to start at 6 o'clock and go clockwise this time. Kelvin. That one actually does hit you. Wow. It was a 19 and... I'm sorry, a 22 and a 19. I think those both hit. That was the same as last time?
Yeah. Yeah, they both hit.
Wow. Okay, so that's 7 damage and 5 damage.
Okay.
Immediately clockwise from that is actually going to go for Kaidos, because Kaidos looks weak.
Alright, I will strike at it.
Okay.
It's the one.
Directly in front of you, yeah, looking really, really bad. Go ahead and roll it.
Yep.
You get to hit it before it even lands its attack, right?
Let me double check. When a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you.
Nice. Okay, cool. It's just like reactionary swat.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a hit.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't turn your back on me.
Thump.
You
Very
just
nice.
go to take the head off. Just
And it...
almost like a baseball swing.
Yeah. If it weren't for the reduction, it absolutely would have. Like, that would have been right on the money. And it just kind of... It does that frustrating, not as much of an impact as you would have liked as it just hits the straw of its head.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like... Its head is mostly deflated. There's straw just falling out of this thing. It is a mess. And it does manage to hit Kaidos for a measly 3 points of damage.
You say measly.
I know, it's cutting it close for you. The one above it misses both times. Lucky you. And now we're to 12 o'clock, who goes for Vin, who's the only one in reach. And is a 16 hit?
Yes.
Okay, so 12 o'clock hits you once for 4 points of damage. Your immediate 12 o'clock to your west misses both of his claw attacks. Your 3 o'clock Only hits one. Ooh. 5 points of damage. And last but not least, the one behind Kelvin with advantage. 16 does not hit.
Yes, it does.
Not Kelvin.
Not me.
I thought he was... Okay. He has advantage on both of us then.
Yeah, he does, yeah. The one to your north actually did too, but... and even with advantage, he misses Kelvin. Okay, and that does it for the scarecrows. Back to Kelvin.
All right. I'm going to take the time to survey the situation and kind of pound my chest a little bit and say, "Come at me!" And I'll do the dodge action.
Okay.
So every enemy that I can see that tries to make an attack against me has disadvantage.
So you go into Dark Souls 3 mode. Got it.
Yeah, it's like, all right, you want to swing? Let's dance.
Okay. So you take the dodge action. You gonna stay put too?
Yes.
All right. Any bonus?
Because no, I want to keep it. I want to hold the attention of as many of these as I can.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, they seem to be paying attention to you for sure. Vin, you have one directly above you that is, at least orientation-wise, that is very injured.
Yes, and I will attack him again.
Yeah.
$13.
That's a hit.
Damn it. Oh, flat. And I think a 10 misses.
A 10 does miss, yes.
Okay.
Ever so barely.
Ah, shit. 7 points.
All right. It's definitely looking rough. Kaidos,
Yeah.
it's back to you. Everyone make a perception check, actually.
Okay.
And then it'll be Kaidos' turn. Whoops.
I'm sorry, I was getting water. Did you say perception check?
Indeed.
Okay. I got 15.
Okay. 15, 12, 18, 14. Nice. Yeah, you all kind of see this. It's hard to miss because it's quiet out here. It's not like these scarecrows make a whole lot of noise. There's a lot of ravens suddenly perched kind of along this fence and in the trees here. They seem to have just arrived and are like landing on the branches.
Interesting.
Okay, Kaidos, to you.
Okay. Alright. So, I've obviously taken a lot of hits, and haven't been doing the things I should have been doing, which is using my weapon, which is more damaging than my unarmed strike.
Oops.
And it counts the same. I was doing unarmed strike because I thought I had to do that. I didn't think I could use the weapon.
Oh yeah, as long as it's a monk weapon, you can do all your stuff.
Right. Alright, when you use the attack action with an unarmed strike or a monk weapon, you can make one unarmed strike as a bonus action.
Indeed.
Alright? Okay, so I am going to do that. And my understanding is the one that's right in front of me looks a little bit worse for wear than the one to its west toward the fence.
Correct, yeah, the one that's directly to your north is, like, barely hanging on.
And the one next to it?
The one next to it has been damaged. Closer to the western fence has been damaged, but is in pretty good shape.
Now, the thing that I didn't read is, does it have to be against the same target?
It does not, but it can be.
The bonus action?
No, it does. It doesn't have to, but it can be.
Okay, because I don't want it to be.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to take my weapon attack against one that I don't have advantage on, I'm assuming. The one diagonal from both Kelvin and I.
Okay.
For the fence.
Yeah, that's just straight. That's a hit.
And then I'm going to do the unarmed on the one right in front of us.
Nice. And a crit. No less.
Nice, dude.
So,
Very nice.
Click
the
us up some
one-
damage.
the first one that was the quarterstaff damage,
Nice.
and then the unarmed strike damage.
Oh, yeah.
And they're both bludgeoning.
Okay.
And I don't know why it split up the 5 and the 7.
Yeah, that's strange. Oh, because the quarterstaff has 2 ends.
Oh,
So it's assumed you can make like an offhand bonus attack, and so they provide it if you do. So you get the... We're going to say since you rolled a crit and you dropped the other one, which only had 3 hit points left, I'm going to say since you rolled a crit, you expertly execute that, and I'm going to just give you the 7 damage because it's reduced to 4 instead of 2. Reduced to 3, rather, instead of 2. Okay. Alright. So that's your attack and your bonus. Any movement, or you staying put? Hello?
Hello?
I'm thinking. Because if I move, I get an attack of opportunity.
True.
So I'm staying put.
Just one. He doesn't get the double swipe like he normally does.
In my frail state, a whisper is enough to blow me over.
Sure.
So no, I don't move.
Okay. Artesia, to you.
Okay. So I'm gonna try and firebolt the middle guy here.
Okay.
Ooh. That is, well, maybe a 12.
Yep, that's enough.
Oh, okay. 1d10 for 5 points of damage.
Okay.
So
Increased to
10 points of damage. Yeah.
Okay.
Is he still
Still standing.
standing?
I think another firebolt just like that should drop him.
Just burn
Well,
to death already.
I think that's what I should do. So I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Oh, cocked. Hold on. 18.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And big money, no whammies. For 7, so for 14 points of damage.
Nice. Yes, that one also collapses into a pile of ash. Smoldering ember of the cross support still.
And then, is drinking a potion considered, like, is that a swift action or a bonus action, or what's that?
Well, there's no Swifts in 5th Ed anymore, and I believe the book rule on potions is it's an action. I have always been of the opinion that that is bullshit. You can absolutely drink a potion as though it were like drawing a weapon, so part of your movement. It can be just like turning a doorknob can be part of your movement. You can do one of those things during your movement. You can do the same thing with a potion. As part of your movement, you can drink a potion, like as you're moving and walking, that sort of thing. And that goes for everybody.
Okay. I want to do that. He's just going to come up on me again. I'm just going to drink a potion. I'm not going to move.
Okay.
It's I just wrote down standard potions. I think that's 1d8 plus my con. Is that correct?
I think it's actually 2d4 plus 1 for a standard healing potion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let me double check. Adventure goods. That's what I needed. Goods. Nope. Potion of healing. 2d4 plus 2 hit points.
Okay, so I heal 7 hit points, so puts me back up to 16. Okay,
Alright.
and that's my turn.
Okay. Back to the scarecrows.
Crap.
This one will move in line, step on his ashy friends. And your AC's a 15 right now? Artesia?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So it hits with a 17 and does 3 points, just minimum damage.
Okay, good.
Okay. And this time we'll start back at the top again with Vin. It misses both times, clockwise to the right. This one's still completely intact. Also misses. Come on. Whiff, whiff. The one below it. Also a whiff, whiff. 11 and a 7.
I'm going to strike at that one.
Okay. That's a hit.
Yep. Just, while it's not even paying attention, wheeling around and trying to get it
Yeah.
straight across the middle.
All right. Nice. Yeah. 5 points of damage after reduction. And yeah, for all intents and purposes, it looks like you smacked it away from being able to hit her at all. The one to your east, Kelvin, also known as 6 o'clock, whiffs both times. The one in front of Kaidos.
Remember, everything's got disadvantage on me.
Yeah, it does. That whiffed anyway, so. Nope. One with Kaidos missed. This one moves in to pincer Vin.
Oof.
And misses her as well. Just a whole lot of whiffing going on. It's like y'all are starting to get a hang of what these scarecrows are up to. Kelvin, to use her.
Alright.
That one actually moved in and swung at Kelvin, not at Vin. Either way, it was a miss, but...
Gonna do more of the same. I mean, like, all you have, he says, with blood coming out of his mouth, a little bit of a spurt.
Sure.
Not to be swayed. And so dodge again. And that's my go.
Alright. Before Vin's turn, one of the ravens comes swooping out of the tree and lands next to Kaidos.
Kick it.
No,
And
the ravens are our friends.
let's see. Oh, there's actually just a little token up there. Just grab that, and that works, so it doesn't look like all the others. Let's do that, so that way it's not confused with my curious raven.
Christ.
Yeah.
That's a lot of ravens.
They're not all. The curious ones are going away. Sorry. It's,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Okay, cool. When this one, I put one or two too many in there. Yeah. This one lands next to you, Kaidos. You suddenly regain. Hold on, I gotta roll. 14 hit points. As this
Dang.
raven,
Wait,
as
seriously?
as it alights on the ground next to you, it just kind of looks and tilts its head up at you for a second, and in the blink of an eye and in this very gross and uncomfortable sounding crunching of bones and squelching of muscle, this raven turns into a very naked young man, just like, early 20s, standing before you, and he goes, "Be strong," and touches your shoulder, and you regain the hit points. And as a bonus action... Oh, no, that's it.
I gotta decide whether or not I'm taken aback by a naked guy touching me right immediately in the middle of a fight. That's,
Oh yeah,
I'm
he's actually back.
not sure
Yeah.
how I feel about that.
I have opinions on this.
and then his eyes turn. He's got kind of dark hair, stubble. Looks like it's probably been like a week and a half since he shaved, so a little more than stubble. Just a very weak beard at this point, or a very young beard at this point. And he kind of steps back, looking fearfully at the scarecrows, and he says, "We did not make them this way. I'm sorry." And Vin, it's your turn.
Right, well, here we go. Hacky slash again. 18.
Yep.
And 20. Not natural.
Okay. Roll damage.
First one is 9.
Nice. When you hit it with that first attack, it disintegrates, it crumples underneath that blow. So you can turn that other attack against another one.
Yeah, I'll go for the one that's... Let's see if I can get this to work. I want to pointy at the one, but I don't remember how to do that.
Long press, usually. This one?
No, the other one.
To your right? Or your
No. The one between Kelvin and I, that one.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Or actually, no, he's already been working on the other one, right?
Correct. The one right here is already injured. The one
Okay.
one you indicated is not touched yet.
Okay, I will go for the one he's been working on then, with that, with the second one, which is also 9 points of damage.
Excellent. All right. Kaidos, back to you.
I'll be back in a sec.
Okay. Sorry, I know it's getting late.
If I move around but don't leave the
Threatened area.
sphere of influence, I won't take an opportunity attack, right?
Correct. Yeah, if you stay within his threatened range, as they call it, then yeah, you'll be safe. Entering and staying and moving within it do not provoke, but leaving them do. All right.
First attack is here,
Okay.
and I'm going to spend a key to flurry of blows
Nice.
on this guy.
Sounds good. All right, so your first attack will be normal, and then your flurry of blows will be with advantage.
Correct.
That's a hit. Nice.
And mouse. Come on, mouse. First.
All right, so 4 points after reduction.
And second.
That's your third fucking crit tonight, man.
You are killing it.
No kidding.
Yep.
Alright, so
That's awesome.
damage on the outside guy. And then is the 9 a miss? I don't know why it highlights it as
That's-
black
Well, that's-
versus not.
what? Hold on.
I think it just shows you the greater of the two rolls and then grays
Yeah.
out the lesser roll.
Yeah, that's all.
So these are both misses.
Yeah, the first one, okay, so it shows 11. That's your quarterstaff to hit. That was a hit. Then your first flurry of blows with advantage is that 9 and 9. That's a miss because it was a 9
Right.
either way. This one, it
Was it a
shows your
crit
natural
hit?
20 and then the 9. And so the natural
Alright.
20 was the hit. So your second
Right.
flurry, or your second blow in your flurry hit. Nice. And yeah, it's a crit damage. So it'll do 9 reduced to 4. Alright. So you got move, action, and bonus. Alright, so that's it for Kaidos.
Yep.
Artesia, back to you.
Okay. I'm trying to see if I want to try this or not. Okay. No, I'm gonna save it. It's a second level spell. Instead, I am going to try and cast Chromatic Orb again on this mofo. Here.
Do it.
14.
That's a hit.
I don't know what I'm doing, but whatever it is, it's good. Fire damage, by the way.
Oh, 14 fire damage?
No. I'm doing fire damage. Because, you can choose acid, cold, fire, lightning,
Right.
or chromatic orb, or it'll be fire damage.
Oh,
I wanted
okay.
to call it
14
before I
was
rolled.
to hit. Gotcha. Okay.
3, 7, and then 3 again. So that's 13 points of fire damage.
Nice. Increased to 26.
Yes. Is he still standing?
Yes. Though he
Okay.
is well beyond bloodied.
If he's well beyond bloodied, then I'm just gonna do a firebolt at him this next time.
Nice. Okay.
Here.
Alright, back to the scarecrows. Again, starting with Artesia.
Oh, I was doing a bonus attack.
Oh, sorry. That's I apologize. Go ahead.
That's okay. It hit, or I think it hits right at 11.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, and then I hit for 9 damage,
There it is.
so 18.
Oh yeah. It super dies. There's
Okay.
not even like charcoal left of that one. It literally just turns to ash. And you were free and clear.
I'm gonna move right here. Do I want to move right there? Yeah, right there. Okay, now I'm done.
Okay. Alright, this time we're going to start at 9 o'clock with the Scarecrow.
First.
So it's going to run at the Raven, or at the Naked Man. Because it's a Naked Man. Provoking an attack of opportunity
Okay, it
from
leaves my-
Titus and from Kelvin. So Kelvin spoke first. Kelvin, to you, sir.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, and there's something real funny about that. Oh, damn it, I don't hit. Oh,
Oh.
well. Of course. If I would have hit, he couldn't have moved.
Ha! Nice.
Do I get to use my quarterstaff?
Yes, yeah, it's
For that attack?
whatever you're currently armed with. So yeah, you can use your quarterstaff, absolutely.
Ugh. Dang it.
And you miss as well. Scarecrow peels off unexpectedly because it's been focused on y'all this whole time. It goes for the naked were-raven. And let's see. In case that it wasn't obvious, that's what that was. The slashes rake across the naked man's chest as it hits both times and deals a total of 14 points of damage. But you watch as the raven just kind of like pushes it away and all of the wounds start closing. Alright, so next in the rotation, directly south of Kaidos, or I should say east of Kaidos. Misses twice. East of Vin. North of Vin, sorry. 15 plus 3, 18 hits, right, Vin?
Oh yeah, 15 hits.
6 points of slashing damage as it hits you once. The one to your east. Now going for Kelvin, misses twice. And the one east of Kelvin. A 19. But that doesn't hit your dodging AC. Because I think dodging AC is plus 5.
No, dodge is disadvantage.
Oh, just disadvantage? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just disadvantage. Yeah, he misses then. Okay. Scarecrows are done. Kelvin, to you.
All right. I will step this way and continue my. Is that the best you have? Come at me with everything you've got.
All right.
And dodging again.
Sure. Provoke that one. Who rolls a natural 19, but he only has a +3, and it's also disadvantage. So, and it's a 3 on the second roll.
Yeah. So hurry dodging, and that's my turn.
Okay. The naked man turns back into a raven and flies back over to the fence line. The Scarecrow swiping at him with an attack of opportunity.
I'll take a hit on that.
Yep.
An attack of cockertunity?
Oh.
Dang.
No, apparently I won't.
Apparently not. So you whiff a little bit. The Scarecrow, however, does land a hit. Raven doesn't have super high AC, nor does it have a lot of hit points. And he reverts to his human form as he kind of hits the ground. We'll just make him bigger for his human form.
Is he unconscious?
No, he's got enough hit points as a human, and he just kind of like is visibly annoyed that he got swatted out of the air as he tried to fly away by a Scarecrow, no less. And then this raven will step down. I actually need to look at something real quick. What have we got? Actually, yeah, that'll actually do it for now. For them. So, Vin, to you.
Yeah, going at the same guy below me. Below me. It's the easiest way to describe it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one. Nat 20.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
And 16.
Yep, that's a hit.
So how do we do the nat 20 again?
For this, you'll roll double damage. 2 damage dice.
So that'll end up being 3 dice. So that's 6, 7, 8 plus 4 is 12. 15.
On the first hit, 15?
Yep.
Nice.
And the second hit, 9.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
I can't think of anything else. Because all my spells are concentration, so I'm just concentrating on my hunter's mark.
Sure, yeah. Alright, Kaidos, back to you.
This one. I've lost my advantage, haven't I?
If you step to here, you would have it back. Against that one, anyway, because you can draw a line through to you to Kelvin.
Right. Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright.
Oh, no, I'll attack this one, and then I'll flurry of blows this one.
Okay.
So, first attack with advantage based on the move. Phew.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a hit.
And then the second 2 hits are unarmed. They're normal.
Correct. Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
Mm.
All right. The second of
All
your
right.
unarmed.
Wow.
A miss.
So, yeah. Quarterstaff damage.
Nice. Just a 4. Okay.
And then this, not natural, but nice and tall. Unarmed.
Nice.
And by the way, that is as best as I can do on an unarmed strike. Literally, that's
That's your
other
max.
than a natural crit, which would give me that second die without the bonus.
Right.
I just get that is the best
Don't
I
you
could
get to
do.
add your. Is that with your strength bonus on there?
It's my dex.
Oh, it's your dex. Okay. Oh, it's 1d4. Okay. I think.
Yeah,
that
I'm a
increases for
D4
monks as you level
unarmed.
up.
Yeah, it will. When I level up, it changes. Yeah.
Okay. Artesia?
Okay. Let's do. Since it's working so well, firebolt here.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 9. It doesn't hit.
Nope.
Okay.
Streaks past
So-
into the woods.
Sorry.
I ducked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of fizzles past you.
That was on me. And then a firebolt for the very bottom one there.
Okay.
It's a 13, so that one does hit.
Nice.
Hits for 5, so double, so hits for 10 damage on that bottom one.
Very nice. So 20 damage. This thing is immediately bloodied.
No, it hit 5 doubled, so it's only 10 damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Tell me what you roll.
Sorry, yeah.
It's okay. No worries. All right. That it?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Scarecrow's turn.
Damn.
There are 5 of them, which means against Kelvin there's going to be 8 attack rolls at disadvantage. So 16 attack rolls.
Holy balls.
What?
They each make 2 attacks. The 4 that are around Kelvin, 3 that are around Kelvin, which now become 4.
Do I get an attack on him?
Nope, he's still in your
Oh,
threatened
that's
range.
right. He's still there.
So they each get 2 attacks per round, and each one is at disadvantage, so I have to make 16 d20 rolls real quick.
And you take the lowest of the 2, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, the first one misses entirely. Who's surprised? Anybody?
Not I. Said the
Natural
guy.
1.
Doesn't that do something, or is that not a thing anymore?
It can.
What?
At the moment, I'm not having it do much because this fight has been pretty drawn out so far.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I just
Basically,
recall
unless
that one's being a well. You now have to
Yeah.
go make
That's
a
my
loaf of bread and
preferred.
feed him a sandwich or something like that.
That's my preferred way to play.
Okay, yeah, it's a whole lot of whiffing going on. And finally, the last Scarecrow aiming at Vin with advantage because he's flanking. That's a natural 1. That's a good thing he's got advantage. Just 1 hit. Even with all that advantage. For 7 points of damage.
Crap. Vin is more than bloodied. I'd say she's probably swaying on her feet.
How many hit
Oh,
points you got
geez.
left?
8.
Okay. That does do it for the Scarecrows. Kelvin, back to you.
I say, you piteous creatures! You don't even know when you are at your betters. You are not but gnats to me. And I continue dodging.
All right.
And yeah, that's my turn.
The man turns back into a raven again, and another raven comes like streaking out of the woods, like one that had not been perched there, Zoof, and lands here. And you notice it's got a stick in its beak. This one turns into a young woman, middle-aged as well, or young adult aged as well, also stark naked. And she puts her hands together, and with a single clap, a fan of flame extends from her fingers. And just as you think it's about to hit you as well, Vin, the edge of the fan has this like perfect circular cutout right where you would be, and she strikes all 4 of the other scarecrows.
Wow.
Careful spell. Where's the thing I am looking for? Okay, that's gonna bother me. Hold on. What's the name? Burning Hands. Come on, Greg. It's only one of the most classic D&D
Right?
spells that exists on the face of the planet.
Only.
Right?
Other than magic missile.
Yeah.
Right?
3d6. Alright, she does 9 damage to all of them, meaning she does 18 damage to all of them. Meaning...
Finally.
Oh wow. That's the only one that drops.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a stack of hit points, and we don't have magic weapons. What do you expect?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's very true. And movement, action, bonus action, that's it. Okay. Vin, to you, you have some severely weakened and on fire scarecrows.
Oh, good. I'm severely weakened too.
But not on fire.
No, not on fire. It's either. Well, I know they're both wounded, but the ones on either side of me. But which looks worse than the other?
The one to your south, or as you're looking at the screen, to your
To
left.
the left.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one I will go for. $11
Yep.
and
that's
12.
2 hits.
Yay!
First one does 9. It's a popular number tonight.
Right.
And 10.
Very nice. This one drops. Collapses in an ashy, charcoaly heap.
Cool.
All right. Kaidos?
Alright, well, this one is going to get the blunt of my quarterstaff
Yeah.
after I move.
Okay. Advantage time.
Yep.
Oh. Oh.
Dang.
I guess the moving and the dodging and the ducking and the dipping did not help this guy. Now, let me check something.
Yeah. You out of key points?
I am.
Yep.
Okay. It says when you use the attack action, you
Doesn't
can
mean-
make an unarmed strike. It doesn't mean I have to hit, right? So I can
Right.
still do a bonus unarmed attack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm totally doing that.
Good.
Miss with the quarterstaff and then try and kick him in the face. Yeah.
Exactly. It was just a feint with the staff.
There you go.
There it is. That's a hit.
Totally a feint.
Roll damage.
He did.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
5.
5 reduced to 2. All right. Not minus 25. Nice as that would be. Artesia, back to you.
Alright. I'm sick of these MF and scarecrows on my MF and plane. Let's see. Plane like PL, not the actual airplane.
That would be odd.
As in Jane.
This guy. He's getting a firebolt to the face.
Oh, yeah.
For 13.
He
How many
dies.
spell slots do you have? Jeez Louise.
It's a cantrip.
Firebolt is
Firebolt's
a
a
cantrip.
I did not realize that.
Oh, yeah. And then that quickened spell feat, or is that a sorcerer feature?
Yeah,
It's
a
a
sorcerer
meta
feature.
magic.
Nice.
Yeah, meta magic. You got it. Then that one also hits for only 2 damage. I rolled a 1.
Yeah, that one just kind of grazes him. Still does 4 damage to him, though, and bloodies him.
Yeah.
The Scarecrow's remaining 2 turns.
Arr.
This one's gonna try and go for Vin. And miss. A 5 and a 9 on the die.
Cool.
This other one's gonna go for Kelvin. Disadvantage, disadvantage. Which is good, because that was a natural 20, and that was a natural 1. Nice, okay.
Oh.
So,
Wow.
Run the gamut.
to Kelvin.
My turn, and I just look him up and down. Full. And with that, I will round him and continue dodging, but be ready for some assistance.
Okay.
And
That's it? Sorry, I think you cut
Yep.
out. Okay.
yep, that's it.
All right. The Raven, like Artesia, will cast Firebolt. Were-Raven, naked Were-Raven lady, will cast Firebolt at the one attacking the weak drow. Wow, she rolled a 2. So she
Oh.
misses.
Ouch.
She does not have the quicken spell thing. So she will simply keep moving. Whoops. Come here. Stop. 2, 3, 4, 5. Because she'd already moved 1. And that's it for them. So back to Vin.
Here we go again.
With advantage.
Do it.
I actually accidentally skipped this guy.
18 for the first one,
Okay.
and 20 something for the second one.
Okay. Those are both hits. Roll damage, please.
13 for the first one,
Okay. Nice.
and 10 for the second.
Very nice. It drops.
Yay!
Yay!
Last turn, the male raven, the naked man, came over to you, turned into a naked man again, and healed you, Vin, for 1 moment. Oh dang, 17 hit points.
Wow.
Yeah, big heal.
Yeah, very big
The
deal.
power of nudity!
Right? It's always amazing.
And back to Kaidos if Vin is all finished.
Yes.
Okay.
Vin, were you gonna move?
Oh, yes. Especially since he healed me. There we go.
Okay. Kaidos to you, sir. Oh, you moved. Okay, I see. Just real quiet. Kaidos attacks with his quarterstaff and hits. Oh, dang. The
God
unarmed
dang.
strike also hits. Alright, so 3 reduced to 1. 4 reduced to 2. This last scarecrow just does not want to go down. Artesia.
Well, it's gonna go down now. Yes, that's a 17 to hit. Okay.
Sure.
4 on the die, so 8 damage.
Okay. Still standing.
Still standing? Mother.
barely.
Okay.
Right?
Let's see.
Do it again, Sam. Oh yeah, that hits.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's what I keep forgetting about here. Quicken spell. That's nasty.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
made sure
so
to read it.
she got sorcery points. That's the bread and butter.
That's very true.
Yes.
How much with the second one?
2 on the die, so 4 total.
How do you keep doing that?
I don't know.
You halved its hit points. With each hit, it was like. All right. So with its remaining single hand, it makes a single swipe with disadvantage at Kelvin, and just looks helplessly at him as it becomes his turn.
All right, since it is so battered and broken, enough of these games. Takes the silvered morning star, and just looks to bat it away with just little care.
Too
And
little
I'm gonna
care.
go ahead and use.
You have
Hey,
advantage
you know what? I got
because
DM
flanking.
inspiration, so
Well, you have
Well,
advantage
yeah,
because Vin is flanking.
I have advantage. That works too. How's that for the
There you go.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna charge it with divine energy because fuck this scarecrow.
Resilient little boogers.
Yeah, so that's 17 and then plus 2d8. So let's roll that.
Dang. The piercing was enough to kill it.
So 17.
Wow.
Oh, I figured, but it needed to super die.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, you swing the silvered morning star through it, and it pulses with radiant energy, and the thing like explodes into this flurry of. It's kind of like if you've ever gone bird hunting or seen birds being hunted, or even that video of that bird that flew in front of the pitcher in a baseball game. It's just an explosion of straw, much like it would be an explosion of feathers. And, splinters kind of go everywhere, but nothing hits the ground because it's just utterly consumed by the radiant energy. The 2 ravens see that happen. Kind of give you just this kind of dry smile and like a nod of appreciation to all of you. And they both turn into birds and fly back over to their unkindness, which is kind of they're all sitting there watching you, and they'd kind of been making noises as they arrive, just this quiet a quiet cacophony, if you will, of just constant just back and forth to each other. And as the battle draws to a close, they all kind of get quiet and just start taking off to the northwest one by one, leaving the mated pair, as you've probably guessed, sitting together on the fence there. And they both kind of look at you and do a very human come on gesture with both of their heads almost in unison. Not quite, but almost. And then they take off and fly to the northwest as well. And that
Thank you.
is where we will stop for the evening.
Not the two mated pair, but the other people. I yell out, "Thanks for helping!"
Adventurers, thank you so much for watching that episode. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I've been a huge fan of Curse of Strahd for a very, very long time, but that's an entirely different video, and I won't keep you any longer. Aside to say, future episodes won't have nearly as long as an introduction, obviously. I did that to kind of bring you up to speed to what our players had been doing so far. And as well as mentioning, we're really close to our first Patreon goal, which is $100 a month. I think I'm only like $2 or $3 away. We just need a couple more $1 patrons. And if you sign up, you actually get a 10% discount code for as long as you're a $1 patron. So just $1 a month, you get 10% off everything that I make and sell, which is really cool magic items that you might find in a Dungeons and Dragons type world. So I'm really proud of everything that happened in this video, from my players being super engaged and having a really good time, to the music that was given to me by Midnight Syndicate. Thank you so much again if you've gotten a chance to watch this all the way through. To my wife, who dyed my hair. The hair dye is still in my hair while I was editing. I've been editing for pretty much 12 hours straight because I'm new to this, but I really hope that you've enjoyed the results. So thank you so much, adventurers. Remember, sorry, my brain's a little cooked after 12 hours. Right, adventurers, may your rolls be high. Oh my goodness, and remember, life is a series of choices between fear and love. Choose love, adventurers. We'll see you next time. I'm gonna go wash this hair dye out of my hair.